Okay, so how do I make my character with this?
Oh, right. Yes, of
Let's
course.
see.
So, Cepheus Quantum uses 2d6 to roll everything.
I need dice.
Yeah.
Where are my dice? There they
And
are.
you're generally going to be trying to hit a plus. Sorry. You're generally going to be trying to hit a 6 or an 8 when you roll them.
Okay.
And when that happens, when you roll above, you succeed. When you roll below, you fail. It's just like Dungeons and Dragons in that way. It's just like pass fail.
Okay.
And so when you're doing this, you roll 2d6 and you add your modifier to it. And your modifiers are basically there are 6 of them now, as Lasers and Feelings had two stats, and this one has 6 stats, just like Dungeons and Dragons. So the stats are combat, knowledge, physical, social, space, and technical. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing, Mouser? How you doing?
Good.
Good.
Pretty good. Yeah, I'm heading out tomorrow, so I don't know. It's cool. I wanted today's been sort of a little bit hectic.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be
Yeah.
cool to settle down and try this new thing. It's sort of like you guys were just talking about it. It's I don't know what it's called, but it looks like I'm gonna have to write down some things this time because there's more
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
2 stats.
That's right.
So
That's right. That's right.
yeah.
But your stats are mainly given to you by your choice of career, right? So you don't roll for stats. You do roll for a couple of your stats, but your main stats you don't roll for.
Yeah.
You are a marine, or you're a rogue, or you're a scholar, or you're like a belter, for instance. So these things will give you plus minus and stuff, right?
Okay.
And what you do roll for, though, is 2d6 for your character's endurance, which is like soft HP that comes back much more easily than your whatever it's called, your life points or something.
Okay.
Life
I rolled
blood.
a 10.
You rolled a 10? Okay, write down endurance 10.
Endurance.
I guess
10.
I should get dice too. There we go. I got him. So it's 2d6 for your endurance. 1, I got 2. I don't think I'll need more than 3, but I'll get 4.
Endurance 10. Okay.
And that is quite good for 2d6. I guess 10 endurance is probably quite good.
Yeah, 6 and 4.
Oh. Okay. So I'll also roll a 2d6.
Yeah.
Oh, 7.
What is it? 7? Okay, that's like average.
Average, yeah.
Yeah, so just write
Yeah, I guess
endurance
so.
7.
I'm not Conan. That's okay.
You're not Conan. You are a what is it? A seeker of artifacts, right?
Yes.
And it seems like you might, I don't know if this is true or not, but it seems to me from my experience with your character that you might latch on to people in order to get the job done.
Yeah.
So that
I like to encourage people to do the work.
yeah. So and having an endurance of 7 might be the reason why. No, he's just kind of an average guy.
Yeah. Cool.
And so you've got your endurances, and now your lifeblood is your actual like bodily hit points. So roll four dice for that.
Or
4d6.
Mm-hmm.
okay. Well,
Okay, that's pretty good for that. That's pretty good for that. What's this? Well, give me one more die. I don't want the green one. Give me a different color. Blue. Okay. 5, 5, 6, 3 is 8, 14, 19.
19. Okay. That is quite good. You are a very lucky person. I feel like your character would be lucky. In any
Yeah,
case.
that's all she has, pretty much.
So yeah, for sure. Let's mark down 19 for your lifeblood.
Okay.
okay. So, sorry, we're rolling 4d6. We're not adding anything to that, right?
Yeah, just roll them straight.
Okay. So, what? I've never ran.
Blood.
I've never. Well, I guess all I have to do is type it in because it's really simple. But
19.
oh, what? It's not. Oh, okay, so I go to 10.
A 10 on 4d6.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, I feel like it still fits your character.
Wait a
Are
second.
you happy with that? Because that seems really low.
It does seem pretty low. Hang on. So let me see if make sure this actually worked the way I think it did.
Okay.
Because usually I roll. Usually, well,
Yeah, like read over the script and find out. Yeah.
yeah. Uh,
Hi, kitty. Yes, you want to be in the middle of everything now and shake your butt and have people scratch it and everything, but you basically always want that. So I'm sorry. I'm not going to constantly do that. Though you are very cute and very sweet, and your sister's getting jealous and wants attention too. Yes, you're both very sweet cats. See, this is the part that is problematic. You take over the space I'm using
Yeah.
and
Well,
push
as a cat,
everything else away, and you shake your butt at me.
that's how you do it.
This is problematic for me, though. I need you to not do this.
yeah. It says I rolled a 1 and a 1 and a 2 and a 6. So that's
fuck.
that's so.
I'm gonna bump that up to 12. I feel like that should be minimum.
Okay, I mean that's. I'm not going to complain about that because that's pretty low. So yeah.
Yeah. You got a 6 in there though. That's
It's so funny, yeah. Like
it's
a
a little
one,
backwards.
two ones, and a 2. This is yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
Well,
a
yeah, I'll
few-
bump it up to 12. We'll keep in mind that your character, if they don't run into battle, that's their character.
yeah.
You know.
I mean, I don't really think before that I was necessarily opposed to battle, but I guess I might be. So
You might do like ranged battle or something,
yeah.
right? And so you've got your endurance, you've got your lifeblood, and you get to pick a career. And I will put into the chat the section of this space where it says pick a career, so that it's easy to read and everything.
Okay.
There we go. It's in the Sci-Fi Wednesdays chat.
Okay.
And so there's you can be an agent from an agent. It's like a spy. Army, which is differentiated from Marine, because the Army get a technical skill, Marines get a space skill. You can be a belter, a merchant, which may be more what you're going for. Someone from the Navy. You can be a noble,
Noble, call it. That Zippy
oh yeah, for sure. And you've got
had everything handed to her.
yeah, and you've got charisma, right? So you've got all that social. You get a 3 social, which is an amazing thing. I don't think anything. Oh yeah, other things do get a 3 in a stat. There's a rogue, combat, physical, and social. The scholar and the scout as well.
Okay.
So I've always seen your character as the merchant, but
yeah, I mean, I was thinking before rogue, but merchant probably makes more sense. I can still be a roguish merchant.
Right. The merchant has 0 combat, which is not a bad thing. You have the skill. In this game, if you don't have the skill, you get a -3, which is pretty damn bad, right? So a merchant gets a 0 combat, 0 physical, 2 space, and 2 social. The noble, I mean, we can reskin it as well to be like how if you're not a noble but the attributes fit, we'll just call you like a, I don't know, archaeologist or something.
Can we change knowledge to space? Then it would be space one, so because she's a captain noble.
Right, Captain she is, isn't she? Oh shit. Yeah, I don't see an issue with that. So you would have 0 combat, 0 physical, 1 space, and 3 social.
Okay.
For sure. And I'm looking at the stats. The for Mouser, 0 combat, 0 physical, 2 space, and 2 social. Might make sense, but then also the noble with 0 combat, 0 physical, 1 knowledge, and 3 social. That also kind of makes sense.
You think that makes sense?
It's the difference between. I think it's the difference between getting space or knowledge, right?
Okay.
So if your character is like flying around little ships and like finding the crew and getting them there and stuff like that, then you would probably have space as a skill. If you don't have if that knowledge of flying ships isn't taking up your mind, and your knowledge of like artifacts and stuff there instead, then like I feel like you should have knowledge in there somewhere, because you know where the shit is that you wanna extract and sell.
Right. It's my job to know that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know, do you think your character came from like a rich family and is used to being doted upon and that kind of thing?
Oh. No, I don't think so.
No, okay.
I think he kind of doesn't really like to, put himself down like in the mines and shit, but he's come to that realization because over time he realized that he enjoys luxury and stuff. He wasn't born that way or anything.
Right. How about if we don't call him a noble? We won't call him a noble. But he'll get the stats: 0 combat, 0 physical, 1 knowledge, and 3 social. But maybe we'll switch out physical for space, because I feel like he does sometimes spend time alone in space, and he's not very physical as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
So does that make sense? Instead of being physical, having the physical skill, he would have space? I mean, it's up to you. I'm just making a suggestion.
Uh, hang on a second.
Mhm.
Let me just. Okay. So, yeah. So I'm getting confused with what what is? I thought Amy was going to be the noble character.
Yeah, I mean, two people
But
can have the same.
I reskinned it to a captain.
Yeah. So she changed the noble a little bit and reskinned it to the captain career instead of noble. And I'm thinking that you are you're the Indiana Jones character. You're the quote unquote archaeologist, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So you're not necessarily
Like, I'm
of
not as
noble
handy with
blood.
I'm not as handy with a bullwhip as Indiana Jones.
Yeah, exactly.
I hired somebody. I hired somebody else to use the bullwhip.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they don't really
And
like.
it's made you money in the past, so this is what you're sticking with.
Yeah.
So the noble I think is the closest to that. But we would need to change the physical to space probably, so you're a little bit Han Solo.
Yeah.
If we keep going with this actor's roles.
We'll keep going with the Harrison Ford shit here. Yeah. Put in a little detective skills as well. You know, we'll go a little Blade Runner on it because he's gonna be like somebody who searches around for shit. So he has to. Yeah. Anyway, so stats.
Yeah. So your combat stat will be 0. Your space stat will be 0. Let me know if I'm getting ahead of you.
Okay, I got it. Wait, I thought we were saying I should have one space.
Sorry, no, as a 0 space, which means that you don't have a penalty.
Okay.
And you have a 1 in knowledge, which is what's going to get you to the artifacts, basically. And a 3 in social, which will get you the people out in front.
Yes. Right. Okay. Yeah, that's good. I'm happy with that.
Cool. So if you get asked to do a technical challenge, you don't have the technical skill. You don't even have a 0 on the technical skill. So what happens when you get a challenge from a skill you don't have is you have a modifier of -3, which is pretty bad on a 2d6. If we're being honest. So yeah, so that's what that is. And as a reminder, these skills are combat, knowledge, physical, social, space, and tech. So you're good with that skill spread.
Okay. I think I finally understood. I understand now what you mean when 0 just means you don't add anything to the. Okay, I got it now.
Yeah, you don't add anything, and there's no detrimental modifier.
Right. Yeah.
Now, I see that James is here.
Yep.
I did.
Oh, hello.
Hello. You hear me?
Como este.
Say again.
Como este.
Why are you using Spanish like a Canadian would?
I'm using it like an American Southerner.
Okay.
Como estes. Bien. Gracias.
I will use Canadian French. Merci buckets.
Yeah.
Unless you're French
Bienvenue.
Canadian. Unless you're French Canadian, in which case it sounds quite a bit different from that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do the French Canadian accent, but and do it and do it justice, right?
Oh man.
I am French Canadian.
It's basically yeah.
It's a little harder, eh? It's Jacques. What was our prime minister's name for a while?
Jean Chrétien.
Jean Chrétien. Yeah, he
Yeah,
stuck out
yeah.
of the side of his mouth
The
like
one
this.
dude, yeah, the one dude with the stroke.
Yes.
Poor guy. I mean, he was all right. He was okay.
His best line ever.
Legs enough to fly.
His best line ever was, "I talk out of the side of my mouth because I had a stroke." He was talking about his rival in politics, saying that he was lying.
Yeah, and he's got Jean Chrétien has an accuse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was
He
was so cool.
Yeah, that's a good line. I like that. I never heard that one before actually.
Out my mouth because I had a stroke.
Why do
So
you?
we have a captain.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah, we got a captain. We have a quote unquote archaeologist.
And that would be the modified noble as
That's
well.
mouse.
That's also a modified noble. Yes, it seems like everybody wants to modify the noble.
Nope. I do not
Nope,
want to
not
modify
everybody.
a noble.
So first of all, you missed the first two steps of the character creation. So don't apologize. Don't worry about it. What you need to do is you need to do 2 rolls. The first one is 2d6, and this game exclusively uses d6. So if I say 2 dice, it always means d6.
Got it.
I just realized I can actually roll real dice for this game because I do have d6s.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and they have like those big obvious flat facets, right? So is it like do they have like raised something on them?
No, they're just the normal ones. Like they look like holes, or they feel like holes.
Yeah.
Right. So you just count the number of holes.
Somewhere.
Cool, nice.
Are we just doing
Except
Just roll them on your
For
desk. It's fine.
for some reason, I can only find one d6 right now. That sucks. We're gonna.
So you'll just roll it over and over again.
Over and over and over.
Yeah, I can do that.
Come here,
Huh.
girl.
I had another one,
Come
but I
here,
don't know where.
Come here. You're okay. Shh.
Okay.
You're
You know what?
There's
I'm
a
gonna do
cat
that.
somewhere.
Fuck electronic dice.
Yeah, and the electronic dice work as well, as long as it's pretty random and doesn't just give you 1s and 2s the entire time.
Well, this one might too, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, because I was saying
those are
actually
nice.
on another Discord server
hold on,
today. I kind of like.
Let me get that on the stream. I wanna see those dice. Hold on. How do I? There we go. Yeah.
Dice.
Yeah, that's cool.
All very spacey.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Is that like semi-translucent?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
need to
Cool.
get purple and blue dice for the space theme.
Yeah.
Blue
Yeah.
We will
and
keep 4 dice
purple.
available. I need to roll them to see which one's good for now.
Mhm.
As these two. Okay.
Cool. RAF? RAF.
Yeah, it's a. I should. Yeah, it's not the royal. It is a radical, revolutionary group from France or Spain.
Oh.
Super
So
radical.
they're the ones who cause a pain in the ass for the government.
Yeah, so they
Good.
are without question a radical.
Oh, yeah, I found
group
other d6s. In fact, I have 3 now. Why do I have an unequal number? I don't know. Okay.
Well, you got them, so that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Where do we write all this down? Just on pieces of paper?
Yeah, just on a piece of paper. You're gonna keep a character sheet.
Got it.
You've got.
I will print one at some point.
Did you roll your 2d6?
Nope. I'm about
No,
to
not
now.
yet. Okay.
Officially,
If
A
I do this and
6
pull your
and a
ears
2.
back, you look like a giant rat.
So, I think she's talking to
You're
her
a
cat.
giant rat. Look at
You're
you.
talking to your cat, right? I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot
Fine.
to mute.
It's okay.
I wanted
I'm just
to
thinking,
also
looking for
say,
stuff
if
to-
anybody wants to use their cameras, me and James both have their cameras on. So
I don't know how
if you
to do it
don't,
on this
that's
one.
totally cool too.
Yeah, maybe I can do that.
I can.
Uh,
What can I
So
do
this is-
see
instead?
here.
Okay, so I got an 8.
An 8. An 8 is your endurance,
An 8 is great.
which is basically how tired you get in combat when you're dodging the attacks against you and stuff. Endurance will come off your character first,
Okay.
and then
Sweet.
underneath your layer of endurance, you have your proper hit point called lifeblood, and you roll 4d6 for that.
That's all right. 13.
13. Okay.
6,
Um,
3, 3, 1.
Nice. All right. So mark that down. Yep.
Life,
And
just making
I
sure.
assume you have the PDF open in front of you because you already
I
knew to throw
do.
four dice.
Yes, I do.
Cool.
Can I re-roll the 1? No.
Wait a minute.
Where are we going? Oh, so it's
I've already stated that 12 is the minimum that you guys will get, and you got 13.
Yeah, can you see
Well,
my screen
I
now?
wanted to be better than that. All right.
Oh, there's like a hold on, a live thing is happening. I cannot watch. I have to watch the stream.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. There you are. Perfect.
Is it working?
It's not working for you, actually, Jason.
Oh, weird.
It's working perfectly for me.
Sorry, I called you JC. That's another person I know, JM.
Weird.
You know JC too?
All right, so I'm gonna
Hi.
get off of the
Hi.
grid and go more for the focus. Perfect. And that's just camera switching nonsense. So you've got your endurance. You've got your lifeblood. This is for all of you. But one of us does not have our career yet.
What is James going to be?
So there are 6 stats. Most of these give 3 or 4 stats, like your skills. If you're asked to do a challenge and you don't have the skill, there's a negative modifier of 3. So that's why there are skills with 0 points in. You see what I mean?
James, you might be muted. I see you talking, but
Oh.
Okay.
nope.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
I think
Hello.
it's James that's muted. Oh yeah, there is a your image is fucked up. It's like JM, your image is all glitchy. It's kind of cool, but it doesn't show your face.
Oh, holy shit. Okay, wait. I know what might be happening. Hang on.
Right.
I have to figure something out. It's kind of cool, but it's not that cool.
Uh-oh.
Maybe that'll be better.
It's still glitchy for me.
Okay. It's glitchy because I think the internet connection is busy. So I think that's why. But it should be not busy now.
Right. Do you want to throttle it and restart your camera?
Yeah, I might have to do that actually.
Right. Okay. Oh yeah, I can hear you now. Yep, I can hear you, James.
What happens for me, this happened when I used to talk to my buddy Ian. So if I watch what you're streaming, it mutes me.
Oh, weird.
That's silly.
It's
Um,
bizarre.
It is literally just a picture of of her character. So
Yeah.
if
Cool.
do you want to just replace your avatar picture with a picture of your character, Amy, and then you don't have to stream 720p at 30 frames per second, which seems like kind of a waste of bandwidth to just stream a still image.
See, we want to see your facial expressions and everything.
I will make like I'll make like 20 different ones of her with different faces.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Sweet.
yeah, for sure.
So.
Yeah.
I'm thinking because right now we have a captain who's not combat-y,
Yeah.
and we have essentially an Indiana Jones who's not combat-y.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we need a combat-y.
We need somebody who's
Your
good. Yeah.
your main your character right now is it's basically a protocol droid. If we're using Star Wars terminology, or a data style android if we're using Star Trek.
So wait a minute.
And-
We don't have to play our lasers and feeling characters, though, eh?
You don't have to. No.
I mean,
So
I want you
I'm
to,
going
but
to-
James, if you don't want to, you
Yeah.
can play
So
some-
that's what I was going to suggest. If you wanted to switch it up and be more of a combat kind of character, then we will just say that somehow in this transfer of space and time, you have become not a different person, but a very different person at the same time.
Yes.
Okay. I am now Marine.
A Marine. Whoa, nice. So,
Marines.
because you are going to fly us around, probably most of the time, unless the captain is forced to fly for some reason.
I thought we were going to pick the rogue character. I had that. I, for some reason, imagined that, but
Right.
that's typecasting.
Yeah.
Right.
What do you mean? I'm not really sure what you're talking about.
It's Brian.
I'm a Marine.
So you're a goblin and you throw knives and shoot arrows.
So yeah, I'm gonna be a Marine now.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I'm just a Marine. So in this time transfer wibbly wobbly space thingy,
Mhm.
Lovely.
instead of being a cat android, I am now a human Marine.
Are you from Starship Troopers?
Um,
One of those kind of almost brainwashed kind of people who's going to shoot all the bugs.
that's a good
You're
question.
my favorite fascist.
Give me a moment or two to find my voice.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, and it's combat, knowledge, physical, social, space, and technical. Those are the 6, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So let me fill these out, and then I will come back to me afterwards.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And once he is done, we'll all be on the same page, and we can all continue creating characters at the same time. I'm looking for.
So it's glitchy looking, or is it better now?
It is still. It's a still image now.
Oh, it's just like my avatar thing.
It's not your avatar. It looks like a still image of your darkened room, with a bit of your face on the side of it, but it's like fuzzy and it's not. If I didn't know what you looked like, I wouldn't know that it was you.
All right, I might have to reboot to make it better. I don't really know why it's bad right now.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
There also might not be a lot of light, maybe.
Yeah, for sure. It's dark in your
room.
room, but your monitor lights you up, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, I guess so. Okay.
I think your monitor's on. There's certainly a bit of light.
What does this? Did that make a difference?
No. The still image changed a little bit, but it's still a still image now.
It's definitely a still image.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really weird. I don't know why it's a still
it's
image.
it's like all black with a little bit of flesh tone on the bottom left.
That's so odd. Okay. Yeah. Well, maybe I will come back.
Okay, yeah.
I'll come
Restart, come back,
See what happens.
and I'll see you in a second.
All right.
All right, on the Twitch stream, my face is bright green because I've got it set to be like coming in from the depths of space. I'm in the controller's chair and I'm being projected onto your monitor. But
You're the architect.
Yeah, exactly. My bright, like that sort of danger yellow green that construction workers wear and stuff like that. That's what my shirt is. That's why it is so vibrant blue. On the Twitch chat there, on the Twitch stream. But you know what? While he's rebooting and you're finding your voice, I guess you're probably looking for images and stuff to find some inspiration for your marine. And I will.
Have you seen
Hey.
Firefly?
Am I muted?
You
No.
are not muted. No, we can
okay,
hear you.
no. Okay,
Raven,
good.
have you seen Firefly?
I've seen it. I don't remember a whole lot of it. What I remember is the big old barbarian stupid guy goes to a planet and he is revered as a god.
Yeah.
And
it's
I
the
remember
best.
the theme song, which was super good.
Yep.
I
super good.
remember the ship, and that's basically
Talking about
it.
you're the hunter from the future.
Serenity.
Yes, nice.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be Jane, and so Jane is
Jane's the big guy I was talking about. Yeah,
the big bad barbarian guy.
yeah.
But my name is Bert,
Bert. Yeah, of course.
short for Bertha.
Bertha. Nice.
Going with the same flavor of Jane. And
Yeah. I keep running across names that I thought were, male or female, and finding out that they are actually both. It can be both. Like George can be a female name. I found that out when I watched what was it? The one about someone dies and they become like an angel of death. Something like that.
Dead.
Better Off Dead. Yeah, that's it. And her name
I
was
know.
George, and I was like, George, what are you talking about? And then
Very
she was
cool.
like, it's just a girl's name. Okay. And it's like, okay.
Exactly.
Oh, I need a pen. Oh darn, I don't have one. I need one. I'm gonna go get one.
I still
There's
have no camera.
Yeah, there's no camera.
Now,
Damn.
I had camera before. That was the weird thing.
Yep.
Normally,
Yeah, it
normally
was,
when I reboot the computer, it fixes the camera. And that
Right.
if it can't detect the camera, once I reboot, it can. Lately, it hasn't been ceasing to detect the camera, but obviously it wasn't working right before, and now it's not detecting the camera.
Well, I guess that's just the way the cookie crumbles tonight.
Yeah,
You're-
it seems
you're-
to be. Yeah, I'm like, I'm not used to using it that much,
Mhm.
and I'm like, okay, today I'll use it, but just doesn't seem to want to work right now. I don't know.
Right.
I could
Right.
I could try rebooting again, but I don't know if there's. You know what? I'll just try one more time.
All right, try one more time, no problem. And we were talking about Serenity before, Firefly, and that theme song is like stuck in my head, and I'm absolutely certain that's where they got Enterprises. The idea for Enterprises song, the series Star Trek Enterprise.
Yep.
I've got faith of the heart. You know,
But I don't like that one. That's the one reason
I think
don't
it's
like that
so. I think it's so. It sticks out. You know, it's like it's. But it also kind of fits the series because they were doing like a more like a threaded storyline, and they like more modern storytelling, and they were doing like a more Star Wars kind of ship design, like dirtier, and more industrial. And I was like, I get what they were doing. I got used to the song, but I didn't like it at first.
And then they changed it in like the 3rd season.
And it helped because I was making fun of it so hard. Like every time he said heart, I would say fart when I was singing along, right? So I think probably everybody did that.
For me, it was just because like the orchestral aspect of Star Trek.
Oh, right. I forgot about that actually. I knew there was guy in his guitar, but I forgot about the orchestral bit.
And I really liked that part of all the themes. And so it's all of a sudden this kind of Bon Jovi, kind of rocky, kind of still with a little bit of weirdness in the background.
Dang it, Kitty, what'd you do to the dice?
And but like also the orchestral. Oh, my phone is like chirping like mad. The orchestral part of the original Star Trek soundtrack was
on a theremin.
It made it campy, right? And but then they moved away from that for like the Next Generation, for Voyager, for not Babylon 5, for Deep Space Nine. And that was like a whole long time, right? And then they moved back to campy, like all of a sudden.
It's weird.
But I feel like they were trying. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. I like Deep Space Nine. Deep Space Nine was that,
like Deep
as you
Space
said,
Nine.
more modern telling of stories. It's like there was a much more of an arc for the season.
Yeah,
Deep Space Nine was great. Voyager sucked.
I love Voyager.
Voyager.
I didn't like Deep Space Nine. Deep Space Nine was boring.
I like them all for different reasons.
I also like them all, and I didn't like Deep Space Nine until I watched Babylon 5. And then I was on board with Deep Space Nine because I didn't understand what they were doing with Deep Space Nine.
See, I do see that the shows. I do see that there was a similarity between those two shows, but if anything, I would have thought like you would have thought, oh, it's just kind of like Babylon 5, but maybe not as good or maybe better. I don't know. Depending on
I don't know. Yeah, it had the franchise too, right? So I was on board with the franchise already. I wanted to like it. I just didn't understand why they weren't going to, the far reaches of the
galaxy.
The galaxy. Yeah.
I like Deep Space Nine right away. I thought Voyager was going to be that though, like what you just said. So I was really excited when Voyager started, but I never.
It didn't turn out to be that. It turned out to be, well, they are very far away.
Yeah.
They just want to get home.
I liked it.
Yeah, and they're always like, I don't know, whatever. But
their aliens were a little more.
I don't know what the fuck is going on. Not even the Logitech camera software is detecting the camera, so I don't really know what the fuck just happened.
Is the camera maybe just broken? Right, I don't know. It doesn't matter right now. Don't worry about it. But anyways, we got stuff to do.
Yes.
We got an appointment tonight for hot chocolate. So you guys just imagine your characters are sitting around this what is that volcanic rock that is like you break it off and it looks like glass on the inside?
Igneous
rock.
are you saying igneous?
Yeah, igneous rocks.
Igneous rock. Yeah.
I don't
Those
know.
are volcanic rocks.
You mean
Right.
basalt?
I might be thinking of basalt, but maybe igneous works
Igneous
as
is
well.
is a type of rock.
Yeah.
It is
Right,
It is
okay.
the form of rocks that are
It's
formed
the glassy
in
rock.
volcanoes.
Right. Okay. Yes. So it's one of the igneous rocks, and it is black, so it's probably basalt. But it might be something different too. It might be something that just looks like basalt.
Or maybe
so
like black obsidian. That's
obsidian
That's
is a
what I'm
volcanic
thinking.
rock
That's
too.
usually what people think of as the black glass rock.
Okay, then that's what it
That's
is.
why you're the captain, sir.
Yeah, it looks like all around you this cafe is built on an enclosure of what did you say it was? Obsidian. And you guys are sitting out front of it, on top of these like little carved like cylinders, vertical cylinders that you're sitting upon, and there's a larger vertical cylinder in the middle. So there's like a table with stools around, and these friendly steam people have brought these things out, right? And you are sitting around this because they don't usually get these kind of more solid kind of customers. They do get them sometimes, but not very often. This is not a very hospitable place.
Oh, Raven?
Yes.
I'm just looking at the PDF. Sorry to interrupt, but
Mhm.
should we follow steps 4, 5, and 6 as well?
Yes, we should. I'm just sort of as your characters are forming around you. I'm also placing them in the
cool.
in the world.
Cool. Let's do it.
So you've just recently figured out that you have ended up here through the manipulation of reality, and it's not like you took this artifact and with it traveled through space. It's more like you selected a place and the artifact rewrote reality so that you ended up there.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So your history is now different because
We're
you
different
use
people now.
you use that artifact. And you are sipping what you can only describe as the richest, sweetest, most bitter in a pleasant way, hot chocolate that you have ever had in your life. And it is actually very hot. It is actually very hot, but it coats your mouth in such a way that it doesn't burn. It doesn't like blister your tongue. It, as soon as it hits your mouth, it feels like it's so creamy that it's not burning. And that's some quirk of the chemistry, probably. But also, you're tasting this, and you will remember that you have one skill that you are proficient in, and you will talk about this. Step 4. Add 1 skill point to any skill you want. There are 6 of them: combat, knowledge, physical, social, space, technical. The first skill, I feel like you can't get a new skill. You have to add to one of the skills that you already have given your career. So you can't get like a 0 in space if you don't have space.
As we're sitting around the table and we're drinking this hot chocolate, Zippy kind of will stand and say, "I do declare this to be the best hot chocolate in all of the galaxy. I hereby," and she takes like one of her homemade medals off of coat and goes to pin it on the steam and it just kind of like falls through the steam. I hereby declare this the best hot chocolatery in the world. And she adds a point to social.
Oh, nice. You are
So now she has a
min-maxing the
4
social skill. Yep. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's all she's
That's
ever good
crazy.
at. Like
Yeah.
that's the only reason she's a captain is she's not good at anything. She just can talk her way into stuff.
Zippy. Bravado. I'm writing these down again. Just because
Wait a
I
second.
need to have them in front of me. So go ahead, Master. Unless you were saying, wait a second, then you wanted some silence.
Yeah, just something weird opened up my computer.
Okay.
Okay, I think it's for some reason. Okay, yeah, I think it's okay. I don't know what the fuck happened there. It was like Microsoft wants access to your documents. Like what?
What? No, say no.
Uh, I don't know. I think the settings. It was some kind of settings thing that opened by it. Okay. Because I was just looking for the thing. Okay, so
Right.
are we all getting the chance to add to our stats then?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, uh,
So you've got combat, physical, knowledge, and social. You can add one to one of those. Your combat and physical are at 0.
yeah.
Knowledge. Sorry, not combat and physical. Sorry, combat and space because we altered it. Are both at 0. Knowledge is at 1. Social is at 3.
Okay. And you said if you have a 0, it doesn't really make sense to add more, right?
You can add more. Then you will have a modifier of 1, right? Instead of 0.
Okay.
Whatever you add, you're just increasing the modifier one. It no matter what the skill.
Yeah, that's true. When you roll 2d6, you will add whatever modifier is appropriate.
Right. Okay.
And
Well,
then so if you have a physical a space of 0 and you are trying to, fly a small ship through asteroids or something like that, you're going to roll space. If you have a 0 in space, you don't add anything. Straight roll. If you have a 1 in space, you would add 1. It's
Right.
it's a
Okay.
very direct system that way.
Okay. So then combat, space, social, and what was the other one?
That would be combat,
Knowledge.
space, knowledge, and social.
Knowledge. Okay. So I'm debating between space and knowledge. I'm gonna say I'm drinking the hot chocolate, and I'm thinking, this is some really amazing hot chocolate. I never really had a thing for hot chocolate before. And then I
Yeah.
start thinking about the aliens on Deneb 3 and how they make chocolate beverages that have special hallucinogenic properties. And somehow I'm thinking of that. My mind goes to space travel, and all of a sudden, this weird thing opens in my head, and suddenly I feel like I understand the spaceways better than I did before.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So now I have one space.
Cool. Nice.
Or was
Absolutely.
was it two? Did I have one space?
You had 0 before, and now you have 1.
Now I have one space. Okay. All right. Cool.
And James, I wonder, are you keeping the
Bert.
same name? Bert, right? Yeah, that's right. I want to write that down. Bert, do you have a last name? Not yet, right? Okay.
Baccarat.
Sorry.
Baccarat.
Bert,
Oh, I
Bert
like it.
Baccarat.
You are a Marine.
My parents really
Bert the
their
Marine.
last name was Bacharach, and they really liked orchestral. What would he have sung? It was kind of folky.
Kind of like lounge singing.
I don't remember. Yeah. I don't know if I've ever listened to Burt Bacharach.
It's more.
Yeah, Burt Bacharach. I think I listened to his album with Elvis Costello, but
Yeah,
maybe
he
not.
was like a
he's
a
a
lounge
bit
singer.
more. I
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
it was more.
Well, he was actually an arranger. Like he actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I believe it would fall under the category of adult contemporary.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm getting it.
No, I
So-
wouldn't say that. No.
But maybe Bert is the kind of person who would like this kind of music.
Exactly.
So
So he is Bertha Bacharach, but Bert
Yep.
for sure. So could I ask a favor of the overly wonderful DM?
yeah,
You did say I couldn't add to one that we don't already have,
right.
but they all have 4, and
Yeah.
I only got 3.
Okay.
So
Wait, how did that happen?
because that's what the Marine is. It's combat,
Oh,
physical, and space.
Yeah, combat is 2, physical is 1, space is 1. I'm guessing they gave you a 1 in physical or space instead of a 0 in 2 other.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. But if I could implore you, so I was thinking technical, because essentially
Mm-hmm.
I am a combat Marine, right?
Right.
I would have some technical prowess, I think. So if I gave myself a -1 as opposed to a -3.
Right. All right. What does everybody think of that?
I think
He's
that's
giving
fine.
it. He's going from -3 to -1 in technical.
I mean, if that's what he wants. I think
That's
I mean,
okay
I would
with
like,
me.
I would like some technical too.
Yeah.
but,
Okay.
It's just
Let's get some technical skills on this team.
yeah.
no,
if I'm-
Zippy is
Like,
just
I
social.
feel like I should have some
like
technical
instead of
skills. 'Cause,
adding
you know,
like making it 0, I'll
Yeah.
make it slightly less than that. Because if I added a 0.2 something, it'd be 0, right?
I think
Yeah.
that's more than fair.
Add 1 skill point to any 1 skill you want. It says actually in the
Because, like
It
you
does
said, you
say that,
started
yes.
with 1 less skill. So
Yep.
if I give myself a -1, it'll still be difficult for me to do. But I
Yeah.
think as a Marine, though,
you'll
you
still
would
be
have more
negative.
than
You'll just be less negative than you
Yeah.
were before.
Like
Uh,
let's say you're not necessarily trained pretty heavily in the technical skills, but you are around technical people, so you
Because-
know you kind of watched somebody take a radio apart and put it back together, so you know that there's a diode in it or whatever.
Well, I mean, I would also think that
Diode.
because Marines are essentially sort of here's a really bad place. We'll drop you in. Go for it.
Yeah, they're
you would have to have
problem
more than
solvers
one.
for sure.
Um,
All right, so yeah, give yourself a -1 in technical, and going back to Mouser's question, not it was an implied question. You were saying maybe you don't want to give yourself that 1 in space, and you might want to also take that -1 in technical. Was that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If
I
I'm
guess-
giving
I
it
don't
to
know,
James, I can give it to you.
I like the kind of scene that I just came up with, but I guess yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I should have some technical skill just because I'm sometimes used to operating by myself, like in between, finding shit and exploiting people and stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah,
I
like
mean, I don't know.
you're a jack of all trades. So why don't you give yourself a -1 technical instead of a 1 in spades?
Yeah, okay. That's cool. I'll do that.
Cool.
So, as Bert sips the hot chocolate, he's thinking in his head, "Hey, I probably know how to make this now on the ship." Because there's that old espresso machine that no one ever uses because we never have coffee. But maybe if I can find cocoa,
Yeah.
Yeah.
redesign some of
Yeah.
the things.
Yeah, that does mean that they have access to cocoa here.
Knowledge, but just be aware that the now new cocoa machine, the new hot chocolate machine, will look like something out of Frankenstein's experiment. There'll be
Yeah.
there'll be tubes.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. It'll look a lot like
Excellent.
the Mouse-on's round room, where they repurposed absolutely everything, in order to ensconce this pyramid artifact.
I'm
And
thinking,
Yeah.
does everyone know Rube Goldberg?
oh yeah, yes,
It looked something like he would have designed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Rube Goldberg machines are amazingly complex to do
Pee
simple
Wee
things.
Herman.
Yeah, Pee Wee Herman. If you watch any of Pee Wee Herman's, like the ball falls and it hits a thing that goes across, and then that thing shoots a rocket into the air, and then the rocket hits the ceiling fan, which falls down and it cracks an egg. That's a Rube Goldberg machine.
Now the ceiling fan's off.
There's always like an egg or something.
Yeah, there's of course that's always what they're trying to do. Rube Goldberg loved eggs.
He's just trying to proselytize eating more eggs.
Yeah,
He's part of the American Dairy Association.
There's a yearly competition, Rube Goldberg competition still.
Yeah, wow, nice. There's a
some simple task, and you have to make the most complex, possibly engineered thing ever. So
yeah, that's cool. There's also a similar but different competition in Japan to make crazy items for mundane tasks. I can't think of any of them right now, but when you think of in the past, you've heard of this crazy Japanese invention. It was part of that competition,
Like a gas-powered comb.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I think we've all added one skill to what we want. You start with two dice times 1,000 credits.
Right,
Oh wow.
And I feel like you crashed on your ship. You still had your credits. You could go in and get them. And they're going to take the form of physical objects. They're not like credit cards. They're going to be like
credit.
you can have like 1,000 credits. They're basically like how in the I want to say medieval times they would have coins and they would be like on a ring, and they would be I guess I'm thinking of Chinese and Japanese coins that have the hole in the middle. But these are more they're shaped more like dog tags, right? And they have the amount of credits that they are worth clearly labeled on.
So I have 5,000 credits.
And
I have
nice.
10,000 credits.
Whoa. Sweet.
We should just pool our.
Zippy is super lucky with her rolls.
We should pool our.
Yeah.
We should pool our
That's
credits
what she is,
together.
yeah.
We should
If we-
what? Sorry.
If we pool them together and each take an equal amount, that would be more fair.
No, you have 10,000 credits.
But to be honest with you, I have no idea. I'm looking at what I can
But-
buy. I have no idea what I'm going to buy with 10,000 credits. Unless I can get a sword and make it like instead of a 100 credit sword, like make it lavish and have like jewels in it.
Right. There is a sword for 100 credit.
Oh.
And a sword or cutlass, or I want to say you could flavor that kind of stuff too to be like a vibro sword that's like glowing on the end, and it's got like a big hilt that's got like spikes or whatever. Make it spacey.
In my mind, Zippy would not have a sword. She would definitely have a cutlass.
Right.
Oh, she has a full on dress saber.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what she has. This is like it's like ornate. It probably barely functions in battle. Like
Yep.
maybe it goes from three dice to 2 dice because it's more decorative than ceremonial.
Yeah.
And,
You pull it out of the. You pull it out of the scabbard, and it's
I would
got a
love it if you
collar
kept
on it.
your 3 dice damage, just for the fact that it is not as useful necessarily in combat, but when people see it, they're taken aback, right?
Yeah.
They're not sure exactly how to attack you now
They're
that you've
definitely
pulled this
intimidated.
bejeweled cutlass out.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that's why you should get the full 3D damage.
And she probably has like I don't know, like another thing like on the other side, like a nickel plated like blaster pistol, with like her initials like lavishly and gaudily like in gold lettering on the handle.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. So it sounds like you want a saber, which is the cutlass, and an auto pistol, which is 250 credits. You could also get like a vac suit, which would be super handy if you ever get sucked out into space or something.
She would not be that prepared.
Okay.
She has a cloth dress uniform.
Okay, perfect.
We're sort of picking equipment now. How do we?
Yes,
where
yes.
Okay, so let me write this on
I
my
can
page.
put the tables in the chat.
Oh, okay.
And did you get the PDF? I don't know if you got the PDF to read, but I can still put this stuff.
I
in
haven't
the
been
chat.
looking in the text chat, so it's probably there.
Right. I'll dump it in the text chat now. The relevant info, but yes, also the PDF there.
She has a dress saber. Which is 3 dice. She has a nickel-plated auto pistol.
Nickel plated.
Yeah, so it looks chromy.
Yeah.
Crummy?
Yeah. Chromy.
It's so crummy. No,
Little
I think
puns all
Zippy's gun would definitely be as shiny as possible. She would probably be shining it between shots.
Yep, definitely. That is 2D. And then she has her cloth uniform, so dress uniform.
Right, perfect.
That is protection 6.
So let's see here.
JM, how many credits did you have? Again?
Me?
JM,
Yeah. Okay.
Mouser.
Mouser.
He has muted and deafened himself.
Oh.
I'm not sure if he hit some hotkeys he didn't mean to, while trying to roll dice or something. But he cannot communicate anymore. He cannot hear us, and I'm going to say that in text chat.
And let's see. Since I have the most credits, could I buy like one of each of the general gears for the party?
That's up to the party. I mean, it would make sense as the captain.
Yeah. So that's like all of our gears. So I'll just write that down.
What are you buying?
I'm buying one of each of the general gears, like from the general gear page. I'll buy one of
Oh.
each of those
Oh,
as
nice.
like since I have the most credits, and
Yeah.
that'll be for the party.
You're buying a multi-scaler? Sweet.
Nice.
Sure, you can use that.
That is a tricorder. And in Lasers and Feelings, you are just given one of them. In this one, it is quite an expensive item.
I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna weapon myself out here mostly. So I'm not gonna have a blaster.
And I can give you some extra credits if you need it.
Yeah. I'm going to ask nicely.
Okay.
I'm just gonna get a class.
Oh, there you are.
Yes.
You're
Sorry about
back.
that. I had to. Display is not working very well, so I had to. Okay. So, what's the Gauss rifle?
That I'm not sure. Just 1 second though. I think James was in the middle of a sentence.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm just talking to myself.
The Gauss rifle. I'm going to look it up. Gauss rifle from Fallout is a
Oh, that's cool.
is a coil gun. A type of projectile accelerator which uses electromagnetic. It's a railgun.
Yeah.
The handheld railgun.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't
Shoots a
know if
slug.
that's probably not me. Just trying to
Think like Chewie's like crossbow.
Yeah. He's got that. Oh, what is that called? It's got a cool name. Something bow. It's like an electro bow or something.
Yeah.
That's cool that I got the information from the Fallout wiki. I wonder if it's actually a real thing.
What about the SMG? What's that?
Small machine gun.
Yeah, like
submachine
like
gun.
an Uzi, basically.
Yeah.
There are other form like an Uzi. There are other form factors, but
Or
that
an
is the most famous one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a
Machine
handheld.
pistol.
Yeah, a handheld. Sorry, you can hold it in a single hand if you want to.
And it's
Yeah,
automatic.
And it's automatic, so it's a little bit less accurate. But it shoots a lot of bullets at once.
Okay. Yeah, that's that might be more like my style. I want something that's kind of like small,
Yep.
but sort of powerful, but
Yep.
like not like a rifle. I can't. I feel like my character would be like, oh, a rifle's too it's too obvious and ostentatious. Like I want to be kind of like I always want to present a face that is appealing.
Right.
So I don't want to
right.
necessarily automatically threaten people as soon as I appear.
Now,
So
I have to say that an SMG is not necessarily the weapon you're describing, because they are on the small side of a very obvious weapon, but they are still quite obvious. Yeah.
yeah.
There are I've played in video games pistols that shoot 3 shots. I don't know if that's a realistic thing, but I feel like in this future thing, there is this kind of pistol, but it would just count as an auto. It would just count as a normal pistol,
Yeah.
right? Because
Okay.
it's not an SMG. It's not automatic. You can't fire it twice in a single round.
Yeah.
But if you walked up to someone with an Uzi in your belt and started smiling at them, they would definitely smile at you because they are intimidated.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Right. So it's not the surreptitious firearm you're thinking.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's see.
But if you still want an SMG, that's cool with me.
So if you guys need some extra credits, I bought one of each of the gears for everyone. Not like one each, but like we have one for the party.
Yeah.
And I
So
bought
it's one whole set of the general gear, not 3 whole sets of general gear.
yeah. And I bought an auto pistol and a sword and some cloth armor, and I still have 5,970 credits. So
Right.
you guys can have some of that.
Right.
I'm doing maths, as the British call it.
Yeah, maths.
It's actually more accurate because it's mathematics, not.
Yeah, absolutely. It is more accurate.
Okay.
I like the word math better. I just like it better.
Yeah, I like saying maths now.
Yeah.
To annoy people.
Yeah.
All right. So I have decided. I am going to. I will. I'm going to have an auto pistol
Right. Yep.
and a dagger and an axe. Sorry, a machete and an axe.
Cool.
Yeah.
So one each of a machete and an axe, or like
No, sorry. One a machete and an auto pistol.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. And mesh armor.
Mesh armor. Perfect. And that has a protection of 3. Nice. Cool. So write down. Everybody is writing down the stuff that they're buying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did somebody say no?
No, I said yep.
Okay.
Nope. Not doing it.
No, not doing that.
Refuse.
That's too hard. So we have arrived by pyramid basically, but we haven't really arrived by pyramid. We have arrived by the more mundane means that the pyramid has tunneled you through. So if you feel like you have some kind of a ground car or something like that you can afford, then absolutely you can buy one of those. I'm not exactly sure how useful a ground car would be on a largely volcanic.
No, I'm saving up for a carrier.
Right. Yeah, that does make more sense. It is. What is that? 1 million?
Yep.
Is that 1 million credits?
Yeah.
That is 1 million credits. They should put the commas in there.
And I have a space-time warping pyramid to sell. So
yeah, that's right. That's right. So you could probably
Carrier,
trade
really
that
well.
for a carrier. And I wanted to say this a little bit more conversationally, but you guys know that you guys feel that you have stumbled onto a powerful object, a powerful artifact, and there are people and entities and big conglomerates who would love this kind of thing, who would love to have it for their very own. There is a future space zombie machinery thing, culture that has come back in time to protect it, right? It's very sought after. So just know that that you guys have something that is in the wrong hands, probably universe ending.
So,
But
I mean,
you know
here's my
what?
thinking on that
It's
is
just one
we could-
universe.
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, we could sell them the thing, but instead of doing that, I mean, if you guys want to form a partnership, we could actually sell them the services of the thing rather than the thing itself.
Like a subscription model.
Kind of, yeah. We're gonna say, hey, you sign up with us, and we will use the thing to achieve the goals that you want. But you can't actually have the thing.
Think of you having to explain to us like it's like what do you mean like from Homer
no.
Simpson, like, you know, money can be used to buy goods and services. Oh.
I don't think we should give up the time space warping portal. That's the pyramid. That I mean, like, I know it's worth a lot of money, and like just the thought of that is really appealing to me. But it's actually worth more if we provide the services that this thing offers, and don't tell people that we necessarily have a space time warping pyramid.
Yeah. Something tells
Just
me
tell
in
them that
space-
you're time travelers.
Yeah, that won't
Yeah.
end badly. That never ends badly.
Have you seen the movie
Ah.
Primer? Have you seen the movie called Primer? Anybody?
No.
It sounds familiar, but
Yes. Yes,
I
have.
believe it's a Canadian production. It looks like a Canadian production, anyways.
I didn't actually know. I don't think it's Canadian.
No, okay.
There's a show that's Canadian produced that's one of my favorite campy silly shows called Winona Earp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But anyways, Primer, or more properly Primer, I think it's called, is a story about a couple of guys who made a time machine out of physics and a cardboard box.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
How did they
so
acquire the physics?
they acquired it at school.
Oh.
they are very
They
smart
borrowed
people who went to
school
school.
physics.
Yeah.
I get it.
So when they did this, and this is riffing off of James's, what could go wrong with time travel? They basically fucked up their past, and then they went back to fix it, and they fucked it up again. So then they had to go back and fix the thing that they fucked up, and it just keeps getting these levels of you know, everything getting fucked up. There was a Family Guy episode about that too.
Yeah.
There's a Simpsons episode before Family Guy.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
It's when they when Homer goes back in time and steps on a bug.
Oh,
Whatever you
right.
do, Homer, don't touch anything, and he gets
Touch anything.
in, and he steps on a bug, and it boom, warps everything out of proportion. Oh, and he steps on it.
And
It's
thinking
pretty,
about it now, it might not have been a Family Guy episode. It might have been an American Dad episode. But
No, it's Family Guy.
I confuse those two. So it's probably Family Guy.
Yeah, they go back, they keep going back to the same place, and the two versions of them keep showing up. No,
Yeah.
what you do is okay.
Yeah,
What they do turns out to be catastrophic.
It was
no,
Stewie
stop
and
what you're doing.
Brian, yeah. That's right. I used to hate that show, and now I love it. It is quite problematic and offensive, but at the same time, it's like also making fun of all of that stuff. You know,
Ah.
a lot of the jokes don't hit.
What, Family Guy?
Family Guy, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
A lot of the jokes don't hit, and that's kind of a problem in a comedy.
Yeah, but humor is so subjective though. Like,
yeah,
it's not, it's kind of like you can't ever have something that has all the jokes hit for everyone. Right.
yeah, but you can have a comedy that does something that is so on the level of what it's doing that if you're into that style of comedy, then most of the jokes will hit at least. You know?
I guess so, yeah.
But Family Guy is kind of like they go crazy. Like the guy who wrote that is so stoned. He's a stoned out of his mind. Right?
Yeah.
But anyways, where were we? We were buying stuff. I think two of us were done buying stuff. James, did you finish buying your things?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Perfect.
Because I'm going buying, like, though she has bought a whole thing of the standard gear.
Yeah.
I'm buying some for me.
Yeah, right. Because the Boy Scouts are always prepared, or whatever the Marines say.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the Marines say that, right?
Yeah.
They do say that.
Are always prepared. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Marine for sure.
And you are, I believe, two of you are human. But I want to know if you're from, like, Earth proper, if you're from Firmaterra, Sol 3.
Yeah. No.
No?
No.
You're from somewhere else.
I'm from somewhere else, yeah. And my name is just Mouser because I don't have a family.
Right.
Or at least I've disowned them. So I don't have, I don't have a standard Terran designation or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So you're like, there's no first and last name. You're done with this culture. And you're Mouser. What? Yeah. What do you want? That's my name.
That's right. Yeah.
And I wonder if Zippy Bravado is from Earth, because we can make Earth people pretty rare if we want.
Yeah, no, she's from Earth.
Nice.
She is went to the best academies for spacey stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever this world's version of Starfleet is. And she's she has been brought up with everything you could want on Earth, and yeah.
I believe it's the consortium we were going with.
Okay.
Which is the Federation base.
Yes. That is then what she went to Consortium Academy.
The Consortium.
Yes. Because they consort with each other, right? It's like the Mousons and the humans and who else? I don't know. We haven't met them yet.
Yeah.
So I will be just right back. I know James is still picking out. He wants an ATV. He wants a four-wheeled buggy to ride around on, have fun.
I drive an F-150.
An F-150.
Oh yeah, totally big wheeled. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know what that is, so the joke didn't hit. But
yeah, it's a pickup truck. It's the most.
It is. Yeah.
Truck in the world. It's a Ford F-150.
Okay. Yeah, and it looks like it's got a back compartment for someone to sit in.
Yeah, it has those extended cab ones.
Yeah, exactly. No, because I'm first generation Mars.
First generation Mars, and they would have Ford cars there. Of course.
Oh, certainly.
It might be. It might have been like a Ford Tesla, like competition at that point. Like Ford was picking up the what Tesla was putting down, and and you know, GM was out already. But yeah. Anyways, I'll be. Why, hello.
Hello.
Ooh.
Did you
Okay.
tell Helen we said hi?
I did not. Did you say that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Hi,
I
Helen.
didn't hear that. I will do that in a little while. I
Okay.
forgot. Last time I left, I went and I said hi. And she was like, "Oh, can you order dinner? Can you like start a dinner order?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course I can." And then of course, like, no, I didn't do that. So
You forgot.
I'm gonna start
Yeah.
on that.
So I'm
That
gonna
probably
buy
went
some.
over
I need to
well.
buy some additional gear though,
Right.
because I didn't buy any. So here's what I. Hang on.
We do have one of each thing for the
Okay.
party already.
So my big ass purchase that like it's probably something that I need, but that's gonna I don't know like set. I'm on one of those multi scanners because I think it'll be very useful.
We have
So
one.
We already have one.
oh, we have one. Okay, who has one?
We do.
We all do. I bought it for the party.
Yeah, there's one for the party.
Okay, sweet.
So if you want to have one on your belt, you can either parlay for the party one, or you could buy one for yourself too.
Yeah, no,
I'm-
it's okay. We're gonna stick together. We're partners, so I don't need to buy one then.
Yeah.
'Cause
I am more
you
than
already
happy
bought one,
to-
Captain. So that's good. Thank you. That's perfect.
Who else
Okay,
is-
so I'm definitely gonna get what's okay. Lockpick and rations and a med kit.
Right. Yeah. Cool. If you buy rations, you will have rations for a good while until I decide you need to buy rations.
Yeah. Okay.
And then if you are like just overflowing with money, I'll just be like,
Well, yeah.
Let's
you
Not
find
play-
some
overflowing with
food.
Let's play
Yeah.
RPG accounting.
Yeah.
That's my favorite game.
I may make you consume a rations every session or whatever.
I like variance and encumbrance just for that reason.
Whether a session lasts like 6 hours in game time or whether it lasts 3 days, it'll be one ration. Right?
Good.
Starting next time, we'll consume a ration.
Yeah, I had hot chocolate, so I'm good.
Yeah.
I have bought a breather. Well, here. Sorry, I'll start at the top. Cloth armor. I have a dagger, an axe, but
Yeah.
it's an axe more like a survival axe, right? So it's got a sharp axe on the on one side, like an axe for cutting stuff. On the
Yeah.
other side, it's got more like a pick.
Right, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I know
Underneath
the
blade,
the type you're
can-
talking about.
Yeah, I can. Under the blade is totally a thing to open bottles with.
Yeah, of
Got
course.
a bottle opener. Nice.
Yeah.
Zippy Bravado uses her teeth.
Yeah.
Of course. That's why she doesn't
then-
have any teeth anymore.
Yeah. And then
She's got perfect pearly whites.
Oh yeah, that's right. She has to. She's also got a really good dentist.
Yeah. Best the consortium can afford. She
I
does.
have
She is their flagship captain, after all.
I have a
Right.
shotgun and a Gauss rifle.
Yep.
So, by the way, I have 2 daggers, not 1. Sorry.
Right. Okay.
I got daggers like sort of on my. I got 1 dagger on my hip.
Yep.
I've got the axe on the other hip. In my leg boot, I've got a dagger in there.
Mm-hmm.
I have a shotgun slung over one side, and the Gauss gun sort of hangs down off my ass, kind of sort of in the back, so I can swing it around. I have a breather. I have a communication device, the long range communicator. I have 2 med kits. I've got a night
Cool.
visor.
Yeah.
I have a
The med kits are important because they have an actual mechanical benefit.
Oh, they do. A tech toolkit, and I have an LED flashlight that sits sort of that I can actually attach to my shotgun.
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. You can duct tape it there.
Well, a bit more elaborate
Right. Okay.
than that, but more Rube Goldbergy.
Oh, right. Of
Lots
course.
of clamps and things that it attaches to. Almost interfering with its sights, because Bert doesn't fire his shotgun like sort of in his shoulder. He shoots it from his hip.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
That cool?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
You can afford it. You can have it.
Yep. And I still have 27,000 coins left over after that. Ooh, no, wait a sec.
Excellent.
26,000 coins after that.
It will go towards our carrier.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the carrier's nice, right?
Yeah, it would be nice to have a carrier. I think we'll need more
I wonder
people,
if you
have
could
a
get it
carrier.
like a what is it called? A Corsair or something first.
Yeah.
No, right to carrier.
Right. Okay. Because a fighter is one of those ones that just kind of pops out of a carrier and defends the carrier, right? So that's it's not necessarily a very long range kind of thing. But I believe a Corsair is the one that is the smallest ship that will do like faster than light travel. And then there are frigates, which are big things.
Those are battleships.
Yeah, and the merchant or scout, I think those are rich ships. And then it doesn't have anything for carriers. It doesn't have any stats for that. It just has.
They're just too awesome.
It just has $1 million. You can have one as a vehicle. It's it's a ground carrier.
Oh.
It's G/carrier, which I assume means ground. Which it would not necessarily like a surface carrier. It could be like a big old thing with giant caterpillars that is
boring.
shooting planes out of it or whatever. Or it could be like an aircraft carrier that the Navy has. So yeah, I think that's a ground kind of thing.
That's boring.
Yeah. So if you wanted to spend a long time waging war on a single planet, that would be the thing. But maybe a frigate is what you're actually after. Is the large things with lots of like gun ports, and there's
a
ships
super
shooting out of
star
it.
destroyer.
A massive one. Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna have to look up the stats for that, but I'm pretty sure I think they exist, just not on
I
this
thought we were starting
2-page.
small. Now we're talking about warships.
Just not on this 2-page Cepheus quantum thing. That's not included in this rule set. But I will eventually be getting the Cepheus Light and then the Cepheus, if we like this system, the Cepheus Deluxe stuff, which has all of the ships and all of the, the way to map out a solar system,
Nice.
and the planet stat sheets, and it has everything. Right now, we're just starting off small, seeing if we like the system and everything.
Yeah.
Save up, definitely save up for that massive, interplanetary battle cruiser Death Star thing that you're saving up for.
I will.
Just so as you're aware,
I want a battle cruiser
Raven?
now.
Yeah. James, yeah.
I bought the is it Cepheus? How do you say the system?
Oh, Cepheus. Yeah.
Cepheus. Okay. Cepheus faster than light PDF. I bought that.
Faster than light. Is that even smaller than the one we're using?
No, it's actually the one up from the one.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that there was one between quantum and light.
I bought the Cepheus Deluxe book.
Did you say you bought it?
It's on Amazon.
Right.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
How much was it?
Well, I just bought it, and it was $20.
Whoa.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice. I believe the deluxe one is a hardcover too, right?
It says paperback.
Yeah, it's soft. It's
Okay.
you can get
All
it
right.
soft
All right.
cover
All right.
or a hardcover.
Right. Okay.
Cool. Could you send me the link to that, Amy?
Sure.
Thank you. You. That's the American one though, not the Canadian one. So.
Yeah, but
I'm
I
sure
guess
it's in the Canadian
plus,
one too.
plus
Cool.
whatever they make you guys pay is stupid. We're basically the same country.
Thank you.
Peace. Just put it there. I'll put it there, but I can also put it in general or in sci-fi chat.
Thank you.
Okay, of course.
Sorry, Raven, I interrupted your.
I don't remember what I was saying. That's okay. Amazon.com. That's an American commercial suffix.
Just like .ca is a Canadian commercial suffix.
No. That is official Canada. There's no commercialism happening there.
Sure, there's not.
That's what we like to claim, anyway.
Sure.
So the Canadian book is $30.
Is that an equivalent? Let's see.
Well,
Canadian dollar to US dollar.
I feel like that's more than equivalent.
yeah, it's a little bit higher.
$30 would be $23.35 American.
Yeah, so it's a little bit more. It's just because of probably it's because they probably ship it. They take this from the American Amazon and ship it to us. So
there's a little bit of more shipping.
When does it say it would get to you if you ordered it?
That's a very good question.
Because then I can tell you if it's shipped from the US one. Because if it's the same day, then it's not.
It would come to me free delivery on Tuesday, December 28th.
That's exactly when it come to me. So you must have it in. It must be in Canada. Otherwise, I imagine it would take an extra day.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I still need to buy the Starfinder book.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's the one you want to run. You want to be able to go through all of the rules every turn.
Yeah, I got the Starfinder box box set.
Yeah, the beginner's starter set or whatever, right?
It's
The mixed Starfinder bundle of core rulebooks, Alien Archive GM screen, and cool Starfighter button.
this one.
Oh, that's cool.
Hold on. I gotta switch. I'll go over.
The
Yeah.
Starfighter beginner
Oh.
box.
Make it bigger. Ooh. What comes in it?
All kinds of stuff.
Show us.
Show and tell. Show
It's
and
got
tell.
these are bases for. Put that behind me. There. Sorry. Oh, come on, you. There we go. So it's got. It's so tight in there. All right. So it's got all the punch outs for all the for.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, nice.
Characters and stuff.
Like 2D tokens.
It's got character punch outs, and it's also got bad guys and stuff. It's got 6 pre-gen character sheets, and then a bunch of blank ones, and then it's got a fold-out map,
Cool.
Nice.
and then it's got some GM cards for there we go. For conditions, so it's got all the conditions on the back for everyone to
Oh,
have, so
cool.
that they can. So like what you can do on your on my turn: move, take an action, use an item, use a skill, use a special ability, cast a spell, extra move, la 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 la.
Cool.
And then it comes with the Hero's Handbook.
Ah.
But I think it's a light version of it, obviously.
Right. Yeah, of course it would be.
Yep. And then it's got the Game Master's light book.
Right. Okay. And
Yeah,
it's probably
the,
fairly
pocket version.
is it like specific to the adventure? Does it have like the adventure running through it?
It actually is specific to the adventure, yeah. So
Right, yeah, cool.
The adventure's called Steve Talon's Lair. It's got. I love the Goblin and Starfighter though.
Yeah, they're cool. I love it. They remind me. If anyone has ever read the old comic The Max with 2 X's, they remind me of the Is, which are from the Outback. This is a lot of weird old comic lingo, but they are insane. The Is are like basically minimalist goblins, and they are basically just containers for a large eating mouth.
No, there was on MTV.
Yeah,
they did a series of the Max.
Yeah, I believe I have that on VHS actually.
What? A what now?
VHS. The VHS tape. The magnetic tape of old.
Yeah.
You don't have it
Hey
on
man,
beta?
I would still have my VCR if it didn't eat tapes, I would still use it. But
Yep. I have an extra VCR actually. It's like in case my VCR dies.
yeah, I
but
got rid of most of my VHS tapes because there's just no point anymore. But yeah,
Right.
I mean,
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with it, like having it, you know.
Yeah. I was going to say if you want, you can borrow it for whatever remaining VHS tapes you have until you're done watching your VHS tapes.
Well, if you ever wanted to come over and bring that original Star Wars VHS, the actual, but no, I don't know. I probably wouldn't necessarily want to borrow it, but it's cool that you have that.
Yeah,
Because
for sure.
I remember I was asking you, like, I was kind of wondering about that. Like, yeah, just, we can't get Star Wars the way it was originally intended to be watched anymore.
Yeah,
So,
no, they don't sell it like that anymore. I think there was one thing that was like it was upscaled and everything, but it wasn't changed necessarily. But I think that was like a Blu-ray special that was like not necessarily the main content that they were selling.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
You know? But anyways,
The original before he added all the special effects to it.
yeah, before he added, Jabba the Hutt as a slug in the first one, I really liked the actor for for Jabba the Hutt. In the first one, he was cool. He was awesome.
Wait, isn't he? What's his? He's some British actor.
I don't know who he was.
Jeremy Bullock or something. I think. Yeah, but he's not in the. Did they change? Did they remove him or something?
Yeah, they did. They replaced him with a CG model of what
that
he looked
sucks.
like in the next movie, which was a giant slug, not a humanoid.
Right.
And
What a
because
fuck, man.
one of the things about this movie is because Han Solo walks around the back of him
Yeah.
as he's talking to him, he like the old 2D frame of Han Solo is walks around the back of him in this scene and is raised up obviously by computer in a very amateurish fashion, and is then he continues moving and then is descended lower in a super amateurish fashion. And this CG model in this old scene goes ouch, as if he had stepped on his tail.
Yeah, that's because okay. So I have two versions of this movie. I have like I
It was
have a
very well done.
I have an audio described version, and
Yeah.
it specifically mentions that. And I'm like, I don't think that's in the original movie.
Nope. It is not. No, he didn't have a tail in the original movie.
Lucas.
He was just a man. He was just like a guy in a fur vest.
I thought it was perfectly done.
Why can't we just watch the movie the way it was made?
I think
Well,
it's
they improved it,
delightfully
made it so much
tacky.
better.
I think it is wonderfully tacky.
It was so much better with the special effects and everything. It's so good.
Sarcasm.
No, it was wonderful. I think we should take all of those classic movies and upgrade them, because then we get to watch them with good cheers.
I think we should leave them exactly the way they were originally done.
No way.
We could take the Maltese Falcon and we could make it all into like, Jimmy Neutron style animation. And just update it for a modern audience.
The modern audience is not that stupid. The modern audience knows when something was made.
Yeah, I guess that's true, huh?
Well, that's why we should update them.
That's really funny because
then...
it's actually the old people that are always like not confident about the way things were and like, oh, maybe we should fix it. Like,
thanks, Boomer.
Young people actually know. They're like, yeah, that's cool. That's from 1977, so I don't expect to see like computer graphics, right?
This is why not only should we update all these movies, we should make the old versions unavailable.
Yeah,
that way
for
people
sure.
don't realize. Like
Yeah,
then we can make sure they're enjoying it the way we want them to enjoy it.
If they knew that this old movie was a black and white detective film, they wouldn't go into the theater. They would be like, I'm not paying money for that.
That's why you colorize it and you use modern actors to go over the old actors.
Oh my god. Yeah, well, you know
New
what?
is better.
You would make such a you're like you have a troll instinct about you. You do this really well. You're like, yeah.
Ew. I appreciate that. I try very hard.
All right, I have my order on the way. I'm going to turn up the sound, so if you hear a bunch of tweets or whatever, then that's just what that is.
Okay. I have my
Um,
I have my frozen lasagna in the oven.
oh, nice. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like a frozen lasagna.
I like a heated lasagna.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
cool.
well, they're okay, but you know what? If you can't actually put your knife in, that's where it is. That's the sweet spot.
Well, I
If it's
guess it
so
would depend on
cold,
the knife then.
if it's so
I was gonna
cold
say that
that you've
you're,
got to pick it up, the whole thing, and just as a brick try and bite through it, that's where it is.
Yeah. No, I meant it was like it was originally frozen. It's not frozen now, but it was like,
I
it's
was
one
gonna
of
say, I
those
think
like
something's wrong
store-bought.
with your oven if it's still a frozen lasagna in the oven.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so it is like 10 o'clock.
Yep.
We can do like a bit of role play, a kind of an encounter or something. But I don't think we're gonna have time for an entire adventure.
Yeah, that's
Um,
Right. Oh, that's
It's up to-
fine. We
it's
can
up
do
to
it
everybody
next
else.
week.
Sorry.
what did you
We
say,
can have an
Jam?
adventure next.
Yeah, we'll get like a fully fledged adventure next week. If you want, we can just go through kind of a combat and
Yeah, let's do it.
punch some magma monsters in the face or whatever.
Magma monsters.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
All right. Cool. So I need Word open.
Word up.
Word up, my man.
Word up.
Um.
Word up.
So, I don't know exactly how creatures are made in this game because it doesn't really go over that in this 2-page thing. But I'm going to give them lifeblood. And I'll give them both. I'll give them lifeblood and also endurance.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
It's
but
weird that that'll give you like at least a sample of the.
yeah,
of
there's
everything.
nothing.
So you just wander around in space, never meeting anything.
And let me see. We got. Oh wow, you guys are so lucky. I'm rolling like a DM.
Woo!
Wow. Okay. I'm going to say that there are 2 of these things. Right. And
Where do they come from?
well, there are as you're sitting around, sipping your not coffee, your hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Trying to understand these steam peoples because they come over and they give you the hot chocolate and it's sort of floating inside of their body. There's like a larger concentration of steam right underneath where this physical thing is being held. So they're holding it up by just steam power, and they come and bring it. And they put it on the table, and with a very hot waft of air, and you are all sweating. You're sweating so hard. This is a magma planet. The whole atmosphere is warmed by the surface just radiating heat, right? And especially the lake, because those are just liquid magma. And when you
Sounds
talk
like
to
the
these
Nether from Minecraft.
exactly, and when you talk to these steam people, they don't speak back to you, right? what you see when and this is new to all of you. What you see when you speak to these beings is there seems to be like eddies and swirls across their body, and you know enough about writing that this is probably their language. This is probably how they communicate. They're writing basically their message on their body, as if you would write, like a smiley face on a car window that's fogged up.
Awesome.
You know?
Yeah.
So you don't have a whole lot of common ground as far as language is concerned, and you're trying to get some message across. Probably you're trying to source the cocoa that they've done, the recipe that they have, and they're giving you these confusing messages of pyramids and three lines and concentric circles, stuff like that. It's not making a whole lot of sense to you. But that's when there's a sort of a hubbub, and you can see your waiter, for lack of a better term, rush towards the obsidian enclosure that is sort of where they live, and there's another larger steam creature that comes outside and has this sort of sunburst image across his body, very large, and it keeps happening over and over on his body. Even without this common ground of language, you can tell that this is panic and that this is warning. So this is what is happening. I don't know if you guys are reacting to this.
Don't worry, sir. We are well acquainted with the making of hot chocolate. Your secret will be safe with us. No need to panic.
And in response, he shoots out a bunch of tendrils of steam, and being careful not to touch you with them, because these beings are have met flesh and blood creatures before, and they know that they can damage people just by touching. So he sends out all of these various tendrils, and he sort of points towards the lake of lava. And looking over, you can see that there is a burbling and a sort of a wake that is happening in the lava, and it's kind of coming towards the shore of the lava. And you get that he's scared of whatever that is.
Look, there is a burbling and a sort of wake coming from the lava.
I think it means hostile native life approaching.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly what I was thinking.
And so, coming, you can see the sort of the surface near the edge has this like sort of black crust that's moving around and gets reabsorbed into the main fluid of the lake, and then forms again as if waves are happening. And you can see that the black crust kind of rises up and breaks apart, and there is there is some kind of a large sort of. It kind of looks like a big pig, with many legs sticking, like jutting out of its. That's my food. Let me just hit the button to let them in. And there are many legs just sort of coming out of its body, making contact with the ground, and then moving down its body, and then receding back up into its body. So there's probably 6, 7, or 8 at a time on each side that you can see, and it's sort of charging towards you in this manner. It's definitely got a pointed head, and a large, round, bulbous bottom. And there are 2 of them that have come out of the water and have started charging towards you. They are probably about... how far should a lake of lava be? Probably pretty far, right? 50 meters? Closest?
Probably pretty far from the cafe where we're hanging out.
I will stand up and in a booming voice yell out towards in their direction. Now, one at a time. I can give autographs to everyone.
Or are you saying those to the lava boars?
Creatures, yeah.
Yeah, to the things rushing at us.
Well,
It's here, by the way. Sorry, I'm talking to my.
Hi, Alan. Hi.
I don't know.
I'm kind of like, I'm looking at these things and I'm kind of thinking, wow, they're pretty interesting looking. I wonder how smart they are. Maybe we could possibilities for selling them to a circus or something like that. Look at them and all their legs. That's really cool. And I'm like, kind of like, yeah, these guys are interesting. I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't know. They have possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of walking closer, trying to inspect them and the way they move.
Right.
Bert takes a cigar out of his pocket, places it on the ground, which ignites the end.
Of course.
He sticks it in his mouth. And I can't do it with it in there. Permission to fire, Captain.
Of course, yes, we should fire.
And I will take out my, because you said they're 50 meters away.
Yeah, 50. I said 50. Unless you think that is too close for a lava lake, I don't know how fast heat dissipates.
Yeah.
Honestly,
The image is totally up to you.
I don't think that's too close.
Make it 150 because I have a Gauss gun, so it goes through.
okay, it's 150 meters away.
There we go.
And it's still worrying because these things are moving pretty fast.
Cool. I will, if I may. Has Captain given me the okay for firing?
Yeah, she definitely would.
And
fire.
all right, so that was your Gauss gun, Gauss rifle rather, and so you are rolling 2d6, adding your combat,
which is what I'm good at.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo! 9.
Somebody's got to be good.
9. Okay. A 9 hit. Because they're not dodging or anything.
Yeah.
That would hit a difficult target. These things are not necessarily even difficult to hit. So For sure. Roll your 4D damage.
Woo! 17 points of damage.
Ooh, 17.
Wow.
Nice.
Two
Um,
4s, a 6, and a 3.
hold on. Let me just get my calculator out.
So it's like. How many times? It says auto. How many times can I fire my? Oh, I'm first level. I fire once. What I also want to do. Is
Sorry,
make
no.
sure.
It is an automatic weapon which fires twice in a round.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it doesn't matter about your level, whatever that means in this system. It definitely fires twice. What was your damage again? Sorry.
17.
17. The
lot of
first
damage.
one, which was a kind of a meek looking thing, dies. So how do you kill this thing? First of all, I want to express how many levels it had to go through of damage it had to go through to kill this thing. It had to go through its endurance.
Right.
It took a minor wound. Then it went through half of its lifeblood. It took a major wound, and then it went through the rest of its lifeblood and died.
Excellent.
So how do you kill this thing?
So yeah, absolutely, without question. So the gun itself sort of does this little hum, and you see us like almost like a tracer come out the end,
Yeah.
and it sort of leaves a little trail of smoke behind it.
Yeah.
And it goes right through because are these sort of bipedal, like their arms?
They are what is the word for 16 in bi, tri, quad?
Does it have like a? It has a
In what?
chest area, though, right?
Sorry?
It has.
It's a sort of a horizontal creature. Like it's got its face towards you and its rear away from you. Like a pig.
Yeah, I know exactly. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. So what it does is actually it goes right through. Sort of, you can see on here, because it's sort of this way, right? Oop. Ah!
Yeah. The
Totoro,
Totoro.
no!
Oh no, not Totoro!
Totoro's fallen.
Don't shoot Totoro.
Okay, there. Okay. Sorry. Very important to have Totoro. So as it's sort of long, it's on legs and its body's long, right? So it literally goes right through its face.
Yeah.
And you can see a perfectly round hole all the way through and out the other side, and it goes sort of, and you see it go bloop, into the lava.
Right. And this thing, it stops for a second, and it looks confused as much as you can interpret an alien looking confused. And it lowers itself quite slowly. You didn't expect you expected this thing to drop, right? But it kind of melts into the ground as you shoot it.
A magma creature, so
Because it's a magma creature, absolutely. And you get one more shot, and there's only one more creature. Let's hope that you don't kill this thing outright, because I'm sure the other two want to kill too.
I made my character to be a fighter.
Yeah, that's right.
But what I also do is wherever the captain is, I put myself between, so my little bit of movement that I have, or do I get to shoot?
You get your 9 meters of movement as well as shooting. Otherwise, you would get twice that much movement.
So what I'm doing is putting myself definitely between the creature and the captain.
Right.
And cool. Before the Marine blasts this thing into total oblivion, like go over to the captain, going, "Hey, Captain, use your Omni scanner, multi scanner thing. Find out what this thing's made of.
And as you hear that, oh yeah, that would be 10.
A 10 hits. Yep.
Ooh, not as good though. 9, 10, 11. 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. So, that blew through its endurance, and gave it a minor wound. But it did not kill it outright.
Okay.
So, I'm going to mark down it has 0 endurance now, and it now has an unknown amount of lifeblood. But it has been there has been a chunk taken out of its cheek. You tried to do the same thing basically again,
yeah.
Right? But you're just slightly off, and there's a big chunk taken out of its sort of bulbous. It's got these big bulbous cheeks, and one of them is almost blown right off. And it lets out this weird alien, what you can only describe as a squeal, and it begins running double time at you.
Captain, get behind me before it gets here.
And as you're doing this, you can see that these things are very fast. They're faster than you are.
Yep.
And the captain is the only one who has not acted.
The captain. Is that my turn?
That's you. There's no initiative in this.
Okay.
Everyone just says what they do, and it all resolves at the same time.
So Zippy goes forward and raises up her her multi-scanner,
Mhm.
and will point it at these things, and or this one thing, and will press the big button that says easy scan.
Yeah.
Hey, be careful, Captain. I didn't realize how fast these. Like, I didn't mean you should put yourself at risk. But okay. That is your job. You are Captain Zippy Bravado. Right?
Exactly.
Yes. Okay. Well.
All right. So you've lifted this thing and you have pressed the big green button. That is the easy button, basically, on this thing.
Yep.
And that will do its trademark multi-scan, right?
Yes.
This is not an Acme product, but it is what would have been an Acme product in the 50s. It is a consortium multi-scanner that is easy to use, but you can modify it if you want to and get very technical with it. But you've chosen to press the big green button because you're Zippy Bravado and you can't be saddled down with all these technicalities.
No, of course not. I got things to do.
Yeah. So it'll take your turn to scan this thing.
That is fine. And as I'm scanning, I'm pointing it, and I very bravely get behind the Marine.
Right. So, of course, very brave. So this thing runs 40 meters in its turn. You figure if you're stroking your chin and having an armchair guess, you would figure it's about 110 meters away now. And its mouth has started blowing and spitting this magma onto the ground. It looks like it's like charging up. It's charging up some kind of spit that it wants to spit at you. but it has not done it yet. So it has moved 40 meters in a single turn, which is quite a lot. I believe you can move 18 as people. So it's about twice as fast as you, even faster. And well, it's got all those legs, right?
Yeah,
Sure,
no, it's
sure.
it's kids.
And so it is now the next turn. So describe your actions. I should say that the multi-scanner on this next turn registers this thing. It is still gathering information. It is gathering information on everything in front of you as well. So you get a lot of tertiary information scrolling down on your screen. But you do get what you see as a small entry, a sort of initial entry into these things, as they are lava. They're called lava pigs in the consortium because that's what they look like. But you see that they have a classification that marks them as civilized, that marks them as having structure, that they build structure, right? So they aren't like a savage animal, even though they are literally attacking you right now. So that's what you've gotten so far, and you've gotten a lot of information about the composition of the rock and the magma behind it, and the way that the magma is bubbling, and some of the eddies and currents that are in the magma. This is what the easy button does, right?
All right.
So yeah, go ahead, and you've got this information. Anyone can take their turn next.
Anyway. Okay.
Before I kill it, you want to tell me something?
Yeah, you can have your conversation first if you like.
Yeah, because I'm bringing up my gun to fire a second time, a third time.
A second time.
Go or Sultantia a second time. Actually, Bert might have more of a French, maybe a New Orleans type like accent.
Oh yeah, right. An Acadian accent.
Yeah.
Acadian, that's more like it.
Yeah. The French Canadians are also Acadian. They just moved north.
Yeah.
So Amy, you got all that stuff, sorry, Zippy, you got all that information flashing on into your eyes, into your brain.
Oh, I'm sorry. Something must have cut out. I didn't hear what you said. The information
really?
said.
Okay. Okay. So you've got this initial kind of piece of information about the lava pigs, which they are called in the consortium because that's what they look like, as well as so many other things around them. You got so much information. It's a bit of an information overload, but it's like that's what the easy button does on your tricorder, on your multi-scan. And so you know that the eddies and currents of the lava. You know the chemical composition of the obsidian beneath you, and you also see that these lava pigs have a classification on them that identifies them as civilized beings that build structures and that are basically just like you and I.
They're sentient.
Yeah, even though in more than that, even they are, structure building. They are a structure building civilization.
D&D
So
for about another 2 minutes, so I'll talk to you in a bit.
Roommate. Yeah.
Captain Bravado.
All right.
So that's. Did you hear me? You heard me that time,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
She will as she's getting this back, she's reading it off.
Right. Okay. So yeah, James, you have that information. So if you wanted to shoot a hole in this thing's brain, you totally could. If you want to, or you could not. Don't want.
So the idea being is that she's saying that they're sentient and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Has she said not to fire?
No, she's just reading
I
this off.
fire.
And yeah, for sure. I mean, the feeling is from the steam creatures, they panicked as soon as they saw any sign of these things, right?
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily, uncouth for you to have acted that way.
So here's how Bert works.
Okay.
He asks to shoot things. If given permission, he does until he's told to stop.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the ghost rifle does not hit. I'm assuming with a 5.
With a 5, it does not hit. This is an average difficulty to shoot, which is a 6+.
Okay.
So you just missed. And you can shoot again.
Yeah, and because they're moving pretty quick, it sort of goes over top of their. It goes over top of them.
Yeah.
Whoosh, over top. He will fire again unless told not to.
Nope, still reading stuff off.
7.
7 hits.
Ah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So I will
is
pick
it?
these up so the camera can see.
Oh wow. There are 3 6s.
Plus a 2 makes 20 points of damage.
Wow.
Jesus. Okay.
Okay,
So
that thing's gonna be dead.
so
we
it's
could maybe talk to
already
it or
suffered
something.
1 minor wound. With this shot, it suffers a major wound, obviously, because it dies.
So here's the cool thing about this one is that because they're moving really quickly, I lower the Gauss just a little bit.
Yeah.
When I fire it, it bounces off the lava and it looks like it's tumbling, and it sort of just rips right through the.
Oh my god, that is so gross.
Yeah,
Awesome.
taking chunks and bits all out, like almost like
Yeah.
a shotgun blast as it goes slamming through this creature.
And you can imagine a lava spray, right? You've seen like the volcanoes that are active and they shoot lava into the air. This is a little bit different because the lava is a little more cohesive. And when this piece of whatever it is, lead or whatever, rips through this thing, you can see that there are very discrete pieces that come out of it, right? As if it were ripping apart a body. So it's not as liquid as you may have assumed before, but it certainly comes apart in half. There seems to be some kind of hard bits in it, as if like tendril-like hard bits, like fish bones, basically. But going down its whole back, as if it had ribs, sort of vertically down its back, and it blows apart, and there's all of these guts and stuff all over the place, and that is the end of the combat. You have saved these steam people by viscerally dissecting these things from a distance, and
Yay! We dissected them.
Let me just write down. See, lava pigs, sentience, culture. What's the word when someone wants to hunt you down until you're dead?
Yeah. No, I understand.
Eradicate?
Hates party. How about that? There we go.
So, creature was going very fast towards us.
Yep.
I asked permission to fire. I was given it. I was not told to stop. I do it until it's dead.
Yep.
That's what I do.
Yeah, for sure. You did a very good job. That was awesome. You are the starshipiest of troopers.
Exactly. Enemy. What do I want to say? Enemy subdued, sir.
Well done. And he goes into her pocket and pulls out a bit of string and fastens it around like a tinfoil wrapper and ties it onto your uniform. For bravery in combat, I hereby present Bert, right?
Yep.
Bert Bagag with the Legion of the Tinfoil.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Wonderful. All right.
I have this really nice little bit of tinfoil hanging. Awesome.
All right, mark that down in your inventory, by the way.
Oh, right. Yes, absolutely.
Your
Tinfoil
clothes are
metal.
going to be littered with like candy wrappers and stuff hung on with bits of string with
Candy
really
wrapper.
awesome names.
Candy wrapper metal.
All right.
Beings.
It's the
And,
Legion of Tinfoil.
So we've done our character creation. We had long discussions between steps, which I think was fun. We killed 2 lava pigs who you don't know their story,
Nope.
but you know that they are another
Dead.
civilization other than the steam people, and you know that you have just killed 2 of them.
Well, Captain Zippy, sir, it's easy to kill them, clearly. Shall we go and annihilate the whole of them?
Certainly. That sounds like a prudent matter. Yes, we shall. Of course. Yes. Well,
Wait a minute.
I was going to say,
So, we've just done a very, very, very profound service to these people, at great danger to ourselves, I might add. I say, we summon the proprietor of this establishment here forthwith and hold him to account. Because we did not need to kill these creatures. We only did so because of the looks of terror and fear on the faces. Now, they owe us.
And Zippy goes from like going bravery, like we must fight in combat, to a stern like mother look. Yes, they must account for this indiscretion. We shall summon the proprietor.
Yes, remuneration is what we require, my friends. And not only that, but we must interrogate our hosts and find out why these creatures attacked. Who knows?
Yes,
Perhaps we can make a deal with them as well.
we require enumeration, and such.
Bert heard torture, pulls out his axe. Which one first, sir?
And I'll just point to one.
I walk towards.
That one looks good.
Okay. The really
And
great thing about this whole thing is the fact that Mouser is the adult in the room, which is
Yes.
really scary.
You point to one. It's one of the steam creatures you're summoning, right?
Well, yeah, whoever the proprietor of this establishment happens
Right.
to be,
Yeah.
we may not know that, I suppose.
Yeah. So they look pretty similar to you. There is some coloration difference. There is some difference in the way that they form their eddies and currents.
Raven, are you saying
Yes.
that all steam people look alike?
No, I'm saying they look different. And that you notice this.
Subtle differences in the swirl of their steam.
Yeah, exactly. And there is one that you recognize as your waiter, but you don't recognize any of the other ones. No, you do recognize the one that had its panic symbol on it as well, which was not your waiter. That was a slightly larger one. But that's the one that you pointed at, this slightly larger one that was panicking. And it seems to have this way of expressing that is like ripples just coming down the front of its body. If you can imagine, like just like fairly calm water that is rippling from some water that is falling, like not a nasty waterfall, but like a very short waterfall that is, or a rapids that is far away, and you can see that there's some rippling in this steam's body, and that's the one that you pointed at.
Maybe that's the it's bigger. Maybe that's the manager. The Zippy would automatically presume, like, it's bigger. It's automatically the manager. So she goes up to that one, and we'll say, sir, we demand alliteration, and
Yeah.
Alliteration.
she's like thinking like what Mouser said, and these beings were fraught compensatorily by us, and yeah, explain yourself.
So this thing that you have had some trouble communicating with, except in times of crisis, which seems fairly universal, the body language.
Apparently
So this thing
yeah.
is now a little bit more calm, and you can see it does have appendages, right? But they're amorphous. They come back into its body, and new ones sprout out in different shapes and that kind of thing. So it's got these tendrils that come out, and it kind of moves towards you and moves around your face, sort of warming your skin. And it gets hot, right? It gets super hot. These things are very they're steam creatures, right? They're partly made out of heat. So it creates this sheen on your face of sweat, and then it's
excuse me, Zippy does not sweat; she glistens.
Right. Yeah. It makes you glisten, and then it brings its appendages in front of itself, and it kind of brings them down. And it's not making itself sweat. This is obviously more intentional than that. But it starts dripping onto the ground, right? And you haven't seen these things dripping before. But that's what it says back to you.
She will turn around behind her and grab her now empty cup from the hot cocoa, and she puts it underneath the bean where it's dripping and says, "You won't get away that easily."
And you start filling your cup up with steam creature.
Ooh.
It's it moves backwards a little bit. And all of the other ones look a little bit agitated. I'd say all of the other ones. There's not a whole lot of them. There's your waiter. There's this bigger one. There's a couple of them that are looking out from portals in the enclosure. And they look a little bit agitated, like as if you can imagine a room where everyone is looking at each other, looking back and forth between each other. And that is the feeling that you get from this crowd.
As if maybe scooping up parts of somebody in a cup are not considered polite.
Yeah, maybe not considered polite, but they're not attacking you or anything. Like they're maybe understanding that you are aliens and that this is weird behavior.
Yes, indeed. That's better. So, I think we need what is your why are these creatures attacking, and why are you afraid of these creatures? They are obviously no match for us, but we are quite veteran explorers of the galaxy. What is the nature of your relations with these creatures?
Give me a social roll.
Okay.
So roll those 2d6. Add your 4 to it.
Which is a great social sewer.
And this will
oh my
be...
gosh, 11. And
wow.
then
Okay.
and then add 4, 15.
Woo.
Nice. Wow. Okay.
Nice.
So I was going to make this difficult because it's a first roll, but you have actually beaten the most difficulty number with this. So that's great. So you say this, and you get your point across that you are looking for remuneration, that you want something in return for saving their lives, and possibly an explanation. So what they do is they begin a rapport with you. They begin teaching you their language. It's like a very visual language where they are sending like basically hieroglyphs across their body, and writing across their body in order to communicate their thoughts and feelings. There is some body language involved, so that makes it a little bit easier because body language, while not universal, does have some standards within the consortium, and they know about the consortium, right?
Okay.
Nice.
So they begin this training for you in their culture, and but this will take some time. You've won them over. They agree to remuneration, and they agree to explain it to you. They just can't explain it to you with the level of knowledge that you have now.
Zippy will aid in the communication by over exaggerating her body language, like she does in every situation. and she will also like get pieces of paper or whatever she can find, and she'll draw like little swirls and eddies, and
Yeah.
then put them on her chest, like hold them up to her chest, of what she thinks like they're teaching her. So like one for like happy, and she'll like draw a swirl and put it up against her chest, and then do a big exaggerated smile.
Yeah, perfect. This will take more than an afternoon. It will take at least several days. So we'll end the session. It's almost 11 o'clock. We'll end the session, and we will get, like, next time we start it up again, it'll be like, later that week or whatever.
Yeah.
And
we'll have some knowledge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
No, it doesn't kill things.
That's cool. I just read. I just finished reading Poe's The Narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym, where the guy goes into the Antarctic and he finds like this tribe of people that have like never seen any European descendant people before, and he's like, obviously their language is very strange and is like implied a lot how almost otherworldly they are. They end up being like savages and they want to kill them and stuff. But at first they lull them into a trap. And it's so it's they pretty easily are able to communicate, and it's just like different stories focus on different things, right? And it's like, okay, it seems really quick they're able to convey all these messages back and forth. But mind you, fucking American and European sailors in the early 1800s were probably used to doing a lot of pointing and gesticulating at native tribes people. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then shooting them.
Yeah. And taking them away in their ship.
Hey, look, they have stuff we want. Shoot them.
Oh yeah. But we'll end the session here, and we will come back, and we will know a lot more about the relationship between the lava pigs and the steam people, which I will have a better name for them probably next week, after Christmas, but before New Year.
Yeah.
So if everyone is still okay to play, in that window.
What is the
It sounds really cool, yeah.
What is the name of the planet we're on?
The name of the planet, the consortium has information on it, so they would have named it. It is a series of letters and numbers that relate to the series of letters and numbers that is the star, with the number 7 attached to it, indicating that it's the 7th planet away from the sun.
Maybe we can name it when we've hung out here for a bit.
Okay.
We'll probably be able to name it. That would be cool. We can name this planet.
Yeah, it can have like a name, like like Halley's Comet is a name, but it's also got like a scientific designation.
Right. Yeah. we could call it Bravado World.
Oh.
Something tells me it's going to be
that sound
Zippy's
good?
World.
Bravadia 6.
It sounds like a place to have amazing adventures on.
I gotta go talk to my roommate.
World.
Okay.
Thank you so very much, Raven.
Yeah, no problem.
For your stuff.
That was
thank you, Mouser and Amy, as always. And we will see you very soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
See you next
Bye.
week.
Bye now.
Bye now. Have a good night.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.
Yes.
Bye now.
Talk to you guys after Christmas and all that.
Yeah, after Christmas next week.
Yes.